show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
Welcome to G5 Jeff TV. If this is your first time listening to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you on. Definitely listen to the video, listen to the prior content that's on the channel. If you like what you're hearing, definitely hit that subscribe button, become a part of the family. Big shout out to the sponsors of the channel. My boy Fats Classic. His mixtape is in the description box. It is absolutely free. Definitely give him a download, give him a listen. And this video is sponsored by my boy Matt. Definitely check his apparel out on IG at We All From. Now, coming off of possibly the fight of the year, Jarrett Hurd versus Julian J. Rock Williams. Jarrett Hurd lost a close fight on the cards. I thought it was a little wider than the judges had it, but Jarrett Hurd took the first loss of his career, and it was in front of his home crowd. Now, what is next for Jarrett Hurd? Now, prior to this fight, I did a breakdown and prediction video. I predicted Julian J. Rock Williams was going to win this fight. I predicted he was going to win it by decision, and I also predicted that he was going to look like Bernard Hopkins in there versus Jarrett Hurd. All three of those things came to fruition, and it was a hard decision for me in terms of picking this fight because I'm a Jarrett Hurd fan, I'm a Julian J. Rock Williams fan, and from the outside looking in, it just looks like it's just two quality men. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get that all the time in the sport of boxing. So I had to put the, just the personal feelings aside. And the reason why I picked Julian J. Rock Williams prior to the fight is because I felt like Jarrett Hurd was really on borrowed time. I really felt like he was on borrowed time. And this is what I mean by that. Jarrett Hurd's whole game is dependent on his size, his strength, and his volume punching ability, wearing his guys down. And you were seeing signs of Jarrett Hurd's weaknesses in prior fights. Like, he was getting outboxed by Austin Trout. He came back, used his size, used his power, used his, ability just to walk his guys down. He got Austin Trout up out of there. He was getting outboxed by Tony Harrison for the majority of the fight, and he came back and he got him. I felt like Laura was landing the better shots in the fight when they fought, and Jarrett Hurd got a knockdown in the 12th round and ended up getting a decision. Now, let me get this clear. Credit to Jarrett Hurd. The bottom line is to get the victory. So I'm not knocking him at all. What I was saying was he leans on his weight, his size, and the fact that he could wear his guys out. Now, if you watch Jarrett Hurd on social media, you watch him on YouTube and things like that, like, you can tell that he's working on his boxing craft. You could tell that he's working on specific skills inside of the ring when he's in training camp and when he's in the gym. He's a student of the game. You may not think he's a student of the game the way he fights sometimes, but he is a student of the game. And when Jarrett Hurd and Julian J. Rock Williams did their face-to-face, they even said that they both watch and enjoy James Toney. James Toney is about as technical as you can get. My whole question with Jarrett Hurd against Julian J. Rock Williams, I was like, what is Jarrett Hurd going to do when the size is not going to work and the fact that he can't wear his opponent out is not going to work? You can work on boxing craft all you want in the gym, but if you know you don't have to depend on it in a fight, that's when you can tell whether the boxing craft that you're learning actually works, if you can apply it in a real fight. Against Julian J. Rock Williams, Jarrett Hurd couldn't depend on his size. He couldn't depend on his strength. He couldn't depend on the fact of wearing Julian J. Rock Williams down. He had to lean on his boxing craft. And the reason why he lost the fight is because he doesn't apply his boxing craft enough. He depends on his size and his strength too much in fights, and he makes fights harder than what they have to be. But moving forward, Jarrett Hurd, he's really fought a lot of good guys at 154. I think matchmaking is going to be extremely important for Jarrett Hurd's team. I do not want to see Jarrett Hurd in a rematch with Julian J. Rock Williams because I'm pretty sure if that was to happen, J. Rock is going to want it in Philly, and he would deserve to get it in Philly. And I think Jarrett Hurd would lose worse than he did the first time. And I think, for me personally, I think the best thing for Jarrett Swift Hurd to do is go to 160. He is famous for making 154 comfortably. I don't know what he does, but he makes 154 comfortably. I don't think he was weight drained in the fight or anything like that. I just think his style better suits middleweight. I think it better suits 160. And I think with Jarrett Swift Hurd's style, I think he can apply it a lot better at 160 because there are not guys at 160 that are as skilled and talented as guys at 154. And people frown on 154. They'll say, oh, that's a trash division, this, that, and the third. Kind of reminds me of 140. It's a lot of talented guys, but it's just not a superstar in the division. Like, it's a war at 154. Like, seriously. And it's a war at 140. It's a lot of guys in both divisions, but they just don't have that marquee guy, that marquee name. I think Jarrett Swift Hurd should go up to 160. The only fight he didn't fight at 154 was against Charlo. And once Charlo lost, that just took the luster out of that fight. So I don't think anybody's really pressing to actually see that fight. I want to see Jarrett Swift Hurd at 160, see what he can do at 160 against the bigger guys. And I want for Jarrett Swift Hurd to continue to work on his craft and apply his craft in fights and make fights a little bit easier for himself. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.